Hello class, and welcome to my chapter 11 discussion. The first question that I chose to answer was, consider how various genres of music are popular today. From rap to country, they portray men and women as well as sex and relationships. In what ways are the portrayals similar or overlapping? Explain how these different examples work and incorporate the concept of how the media is gendered. Music is a universal language, transcending cultures and borders. Within verses and melodies, it tells a story that shapes our perceptions of gender, sex, and relationships. Today, I'm going to explore how different genres portray these themes and the common threads that bind them. Consider the world of rap and country music. At first glance, they seem very different, but when it comes to depicting men and women and relationships, they echo similarities and similar sentiments. In rap music, men are frequently portrayed as powerful, dominant figures. In female, lyrics often emphasize wealth, control, and sexual power. An example would be the lyrics in the popular rap ballad, "Nothing But a G Thing" by Dr. Dre. Contrastingly, women are frequently depicted as objects of desire, with their value tied to their physical appearance and sexuality. Country music, while stylistically different, also portrays men as strong and authoritative. However, it adds an element of emotional depth, emphasizing traditional roles such as protectors and providers. Women in country music are often depicted as nurturing, supportive partners, yet like in rap, their portrayal can hinge heavily on their relationship to men. An example of a country song that exemplifies this would be "Stand By Your Man" by Tammy Wynette. These portrayals are not accidental. They reflect and reinforce societal norms and expectations about gender roles. By depicting men and women in these ways, music helps to maintain a gendered narrative where power dynamics are clearly defined. Why do these portrayals work? It is the ability to resonate with the audience's lived experiences and cultural expectations, mirroring and magnifying the gendered realities we already know, making them relatable and impactful. In understanding these portrayals, we begin to see how deeply ingrained and pervasive these gendered messages are within the American media. The second question that I chose to answer was, discuss the ways in which unrealistic standards are normalized in the media. Use two concepts of how men and women are stereotypically portrayed in the media. The media does more than entertain us. It sets standards and norms, often presenting a skewed version of reality. Men and women are depicted in ways that reinforce unrealistic standards. Men in the media are frequently portrayed as independent, strong, and aggressive. They are the leaders, the heroes, the decision makers. They are often white, cisgender, and straight, presenting a very narrow view of masculinity. Contrastingly, women are often depicted with an emphasis on their emotional and domestic roles. They are often shown as being preoccupied with relationships, beauty, shopping, which perpetuates the stereotype of the sex object. Even strong female characters are typically very attractive, heterosexual, and sensitive to the needs of others, balancing competence with traditional femininity. For example, Wonder Woman. These portrayals normalize these unrealistic standards. They shape our expectations of ourselves and others, often leading to our dissatisfaction and skewed self-perceptions. This is a form of agenda setting as defined on page 220 of our text. By continuously presenting these stereotypes, the media reinforces a narrow and often unattainable vision of gender roles, impacting how we view gender in our everyday lives. The third question that I chose to answer was, how do various forms of media, advertisements, TV shows, movies, and social media motivate us to consume products or adopt certain behaviors, particularly those related to gender norms and expectations? The media doesn't just shape our perceptions, it influences our behaviors and consumption patterns. With immersive advertising and product placement, as our text discusses on page 227, advertisements, TV shows, movies, and social media on our smartphones all play a role in promoting products and behaviors aligned with gender norms. From the toys marketed to children to the beauty products aimed at women and the tech gadgets targeted at men, the media promotes gender-specific consumption. This phenomenon is closely linked to the third person effect, as our text discusses on page 220. It is a belief that the media impacts others more than ourselves. Yet this is false because research shows that we are all influenced by media to some extent. While we might recognize stereotypes and biases in the media, we often underestimate their influence on our own attitudes and behaviors. This disconnect allows stereotypes to persist, unconsciously guiding our choices and reinforcing societal norms. Understanding the media's role in shaping gender norms helps us become more critical consumers. By recognizing the influence of the media, we can begin to challenge these norms and advocate for more diverse and realistic portrayals. As we move forward, it's critical to demand and support media that reflects the true diversity and complexity of the human experience, breaking away from the narrow and restrictive traditional gender roles. The media is a very powerful tool. By understanding its influence on gender perceptions and behaviors, we will help to create a more inclusive and equitable world in the future. Classmates, let's challenge these stereotypes and embrace the rich diversity of our human identity. Thank you.